And we're back, everyone, to Deadly Premonition. And we should change our clothes. Because they're very dirty. Yes. So that to get cleaned. And train for hours. So what time is it? What time we get to the place? Pretty much. Okay. And we need food. Which means... Okay, we're good now. And probably shave. Huzzah. There's like 45 minutes that I should get though. We should be fine though. Still haven't gotten that one train card at the farm because it hasn't rained last night, so that was unfortunate. So I have an idea. Might as well use this thing. Yeah, that's right. Drive there in style. So yeah, Yort's car. It goes a lot faster than the police car, that's for sure. My problem though is as soon as we enter a building or do stuff, it disappears and turns into a regular police car. But yeah, that acceleration.
No, nothing. Just my imagination.
Whoa. Grr. No. Turn. But yeah, see, we actually passed the 50 limit. The thing goes up to like 70. That's a big step compared to, you know, the police car that only goes 55. And it has very nice acceleration. It would be perfect for those races if I could, you know, hand ability. So yeah, time to head to the... oh god. Community center.
Zach, we can take a rest if you're tired.
I'd have if I could drive straight. Yes, the community center. Huzzah. And just as the precaution, I'm gonna go save. Okay, let's try this again. Restart my computer. Change compatibility again. Daily Premonition.
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building. The clock tower is impressive too.
So yeah, first time it locked up on the loading. Second time it kept locking up on the conversations. Well, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary school. I'm not some tree in the wind this time either. That was a tough role. That was a piece of scenery. Bright red tree.
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl, and to bring the one responsible to justice. Unfortunately,
Oh, we've made more
incidents like
progress
these have a
this time.
tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please, guide your children away from such places at all costs. Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the Raincoat Killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
Cal McLean, bar owner and singer.
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Thomas is like, who, me?
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
And then suddenly, Harry Stewart shows up. Well, maybe it was already there.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt. When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Okay then.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Woo, we made progress. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why the game stopped, working properly now. Why I couldn't get past those cutscenes. Like, yeah, the first attempt, it's like, oh, it just locked up on the loading screen, so I tried compatibility. I got to the cutscenes. And then the game just basically kept crashing, well, locking up after that point. So I restarted my computer and now things are fine. I don't understand how that helps, but shrug.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
Yes, in front of everyone.
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that...
Did it tell you anything?
It told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
Well, not all of us.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Mr. Francis York Morgan. The purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be. Informative and fruitful you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
So, Harry, you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Me and Zach? Shouldn't be Zach and I. Yeah, it should be Zach and I. Might as well take that. Can I talk to Emily?
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
No, I'm not. I'm not done. Also, all these people, no relation to the case. We have to go out here. It's time to ask all the people, all the questions. Also, just the phone. Please tell me there's a phone here somewhere. I really would like a phone. Ah, there's the phone. Good, good. Just so I don't have to go through that cutscene again, just in case. Now then, time to talk to everyone. So this
I've
video...
nothing to say to you.
I haven't asked you anything yet, Jack.
Shut it! I might open up if you introduce me to, I don't know, a Ben Franklin
Yes,
or two.
I'm aware of your side, Chris.
Oh, what a creature. Guess there's always someone like him in every town.
So yeah, we will probably spend the entire video talking to people, probably. Because there's a lot to talk to.
Hello again, Agent York. How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good today.
Well, that's good to hear. Do you have any information that could help me out?
Information? Sounds difficult and not my kind of
What the
conversation.
hell type of reaction was
Anyways,
that?
You should come by the gas stand again. I'll give you the best service in town.
Zach, perhaps you can tell me. Why did she bother coming here?
I have no idea.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often.
And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to, in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Who are you? Okay.
Oh my pot is getting cold.
Roaming Sigourney, the pot lady.
Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney.
I don't even know how to respond to this.
Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
I don't even know how to. She's wearing one shoe, and my mind. Ow.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh,
Dot.
No, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready.
Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
And off she goes.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my questions, Zach. Amazing.
Shrug. Keith.
Hey, York! You were rocking it large up there!
Was I? I haven't been on stage like that since elementary school.
You made me think, man, like, things can't go on like this. We need, like, some action or something. I was pretty psyched up, you know, before you got on stage. I was like, dude, a real psycho in town. Pretty sweet gig. But now, I mean, dude, that lunatic could be any one of us, man. I don't want to think of that whack job coming after my family. Makes me shudder all over, man. It was way too heavy. You'll catch him, right, FBI?
Of course.
That's the plan.
But you need to be able to take care of those you love, too.
You're right, man. Right on the level. I need to do what's right for my family, man. You lit my soul, man. Thanks, FBI.
Yeah. Have fun with that, Keith.
Hey, Lily.
Agent York, your speech frightens some of us a little. You should work on being more sensitive with words when talking to groups.
Really? I tried my best to be gentle. So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Just Becky, really. She works part-time at the store. She's been acting strange recently.
Strange? How?
I took the boys along to visit her house today. I was just worried, you know, because she hasn't come into work at all after that incident. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Perhaps. That is useful information, actually. And who are you?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith.
Yes, your store that's never open when I go by.
Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Here's what I got. So yeah, you can buy the submachine gun from him. Yeah. He also sells lollipops for some reason. It's best not to question it. I think I'm... yeah. Yeah, I could refill some ammo. Yeah, but I don't really need but also, yeah, if you notice, the attack power is very low. Like, the pistol's only low. Yeah. Even the game knows it's not that good.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
Even today, a customer paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see.
Well, that explains why what's in the
Well, I'll
store,
be sure to visit
actually.
your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
So basically at night. Okay. And you people. Well, that's a nice crouch angle.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna
Oh,
worked
well,
at?
now U.S. Special Agent.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
Well, there you go.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Olivia Cormack, Nick's wife.
Anna worked at your husband's diner, right? What kind of girl was she?
Well, she was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there was one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
Well, there you go. I think that's the majority of people talk to. Oh, Fiona.
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too.
Well, yeah, he's the only
Everyone
doctor
thinks
in
he's some
that big
kind
of a
of
hospital.
weirdo. But I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day. But I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Maybe I should investigate that.
Amazing, Zach. He must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Shocked expression. Actually, look on the map. See if there's anyone else. Oh, there's more people over there. I should better go investigate those people too. After we're done talking to these people.
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
I'm trying not to. And this guy.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
The General, owner of the scrapyard.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the General. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Pictures are glitching out behind.
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happen in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
So there's
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though.
We should.
Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Shrug. Herp, herp, herp. Your toolbox is full, you cannot kill any more items. Wait, my toolbox is full?
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead, even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest. A goddess.
And she just walks off. Okay. Ah, yes, you.
Good evening, Agent.
Brian, it's actually evening. 15:30.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah,
Brian.
Evening.
The Gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Brian. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
On the Prairie.
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here. Looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna. Her smile. So warm.
And off he goes.
Anna. Blonde hair. So bright.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
So yeah, we're getting a lot of things that we can check out. Basically, this mission opens up the information about a lot of people. And then we can go investigate a lot of people because of that.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York
I've
Morgan.
actually been to the bar.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
Quinton, Darts Bar employee.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. but it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you? But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Yeah, Becky isn't here, though, is she?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. I want to help, I do. Okay?
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
You're York, right? I'm Richard Dunn, the owner of the Darts Bar, Swery 65.
Swery? Isn't he
How'd you
like
like
one of
the
the
town?
developers of
great.
this?
Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
So, how did you know Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. You know, she always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in town. I never thought our children would be the same age.
I don't see her here today.
Ah, well, see, she lost her husband, and this time it's her daughter. She's at home right now, trying to make peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot. How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
Well, we talked to everyone.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Huzzah! Progress. Everyone just ups and leaves. That genius walk. Yay, progress. Yay, payment. And yay, save.
Well then, Agent
It's
York,
night again,
do you
isn't it?
have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right, then. Let's do that.
Wait, what?
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner. That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner. Or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Yeah, let's go eat with them. We can end the video back at the hotel. If it doesn't crash.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now, and this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe? Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor? Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
You should
Not much
have
different
asked
from
that
those you've just
question.
mentioned. The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his
Oh,
daily
God.
life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum, then he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual. The question of his mental state was the pivotal point in the court case.
Oh, man.
For me, he was insane. 100%. Drinking from the skulls, well, that is one thing, but those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too. Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else? Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims. That was a nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's
just-
talk about something
yeah.
else.
You don't want to hear anymore? That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. Ugh, I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small. Crimes always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well, there you go.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Me neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience.
Yeah, instead of urine,
Let's call it a night.
skull
Okay.
cups.
Good night, then.
Okay. That's it. Wait, what am I doing? I think I have to go just turn in my report, right? Okay, I can do that. Yeah, of course my car's gone. We have no real limit on this. And then there's not really too much I have to do at this moment. I mean, it's not raining, so I can't get that one card. That truck's probably still blocking the way to the one at the card at the art gallery, so. So maybe I want to do one thing. Where's my map? Okay, there's Anna's house. Nick's house. Brian's house. Galaxy Tower. Could go visit George though, if I really want to. Fiona's over there at Thomas's house. Interesting. Keith's house. Where is Emily's house? Oh. There's one of those things. Interesting. It could mean that's a side quest though, now that I think about it. Brian's of course at the graveyard. Jim's over there. I don't think I could get those flowers unless it rains, which is unfortunate. Okay, so where is Emily's house? Oh, Sigourney's over there. Potential side quest. Ah, there's Emily's house. And the swearing. That card I can't get yet. And Becky's house. I guess we should probably head back then. Yeah. Thought about harassing Emily in the middle of the night, but that just seems a bit silly. Okay, I need to actually get the proper way.
Zach, we can take a rest if you're tired.
Slightly. But let's just head back. I can end the video after that. Am I even going the right way? I don't think I am, actually. No, I don't think I am. Grr. Wish it was easier to turn in this game. Yeah, it's that large road over there that I want. Sorry if usually the layout of the town, but sometimes I get confused. Could go to visit the bar, but meh. We'll have plenty of time to go investigate. To be honest, I'm actually at the point in the game where I haven't actually recorded, so I know just a bit more about what's coming up ahead, but other than that, the rest of it's going to be probably blind for me. Because I don't think Def ever recorded that much, and the Game Grumps quit recording after the art gallery, so yeah. After that's just gonna be blind for me, so that should be interesting. But anyway. I think this should be the end of the chapter 2. Or act, whatever.
Okay then, Zach. Let's go back over our progress. First, the victim, Anna's death. She was found hanging from a tree in the forest. She was cut open with a knife from her chest down to her stomach. That was the direct cause of death. The strangulation marks and skull fracture were caused after death. Her tongue was also bit off, and I found something inside her mouth. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Apparently we have to actually remember what that was. I know it wasn't a log.
That's right. We found the same red seed in her mouth.
The same red
According
seed that
to
we
Emily,
have a
it
lot
was
of.
raining when Anna was killed, but traces of tears were still evident on her face. Which means the perpetrator killed Anna under a roof in the lumber mill, and then carried her body into the woods after it stopped raining. We found numerous important pieces of evidence at the site of the crime. A total of 4 things. Knee prints in the grass, a wood chip with metal dust, a photo of a man with a tattoo on his back, and one other thing. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Ah yes, do you remember things?
That's right, a broken stiletto heel. Aligning this with the other evidence suggests that 2 people came into contact with Anna's body prior to it being discovered by us. Those being the perpetrator who killed Anna and Miss Stiletto Heel. There is also the possibility that a third party carried Anna to the woods. That means we could be dealing with 3 people.
The whole town could be
2
involved.
or 3
in this.
people. In any case, Miss Stiletto Heel may have vital information. We need to find her next. We didn't use forensic methods, but we're still closing in on the criminal. Have I forgotten anything? Ah, of course. The marks on her hand tell us that Anna was gripping something when she died. Do you remember that, Zach?
Ah yes, the peace symbol that we've
What do
seen
you think
like
she was holding
few
on to?
times. Well, yeah, we know it's a round object.
That's right. A round object. The marks on her hand suggest a peace mark. The man in the photo found in the woods had a tattoo of an upside-down peace mark on his back. These 2 could well be related. But we don't know for sure. Next, the townfolk. A few are worthy of special attention. Carol McLean, the singer and bar owner. She's Thomas's sister. Then there's Nick Cormack, the owner of the diner. Both of them seem to be hiding something. There's Diane, the owner of the art gallery, who's out of town. Then we have problematic, old, rich, and eccentric Harry. Both will be tough to crack. Well, we just have to go one by one.
But what about Becky?
I've been thinking, one of the biggest rewards here is the fantastic food. Enjoying food is cultural, and yet it's also a bit uncivilized. It's interesting how good food motivates me to work harder during investigations. Oh, and on Emily's back, it was strange to me. Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Zach. I wasn't getting all excited or anything. But it did make me feel strange. Nostalgic and sad almost. It's starting to rain. I think this case may take a while.
Oh, it started to rain. Maybe we could go get that one thing. Probably not.
Emily! Lunchtime, Emily!
I'll eat later.
You'll eat right now, young lady.
Wait, what?
You need to listen to your mother.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
Eat your lunch, then take a nap. Then I'll tell you the rest.
But I want to hear it now.
There's no need to rush things. You must live your life at the pace that is right for you.
Honey! Are you coming?
That one might confuse me a bit. Or to this guy. Where's the tree sapling? The diner cleared. Okay. Okay, $2. Oh well. Yes, I want to save. Now then, is this your... Oh, can I get just...
Are you thirsty?
You must be very thirsty.
You only take milk with your coffee?
Coffee with milk. That's all.
Right.
Who are you?
My name is Becky.
Yes. Becky Ames, Anna's friend. Why are you in my...
What are you doing here?
Dream.
My name is Becky.
Anna's friend?
My name is Becky.
Well, there you go.
After your throat is quenched, you must do what you must do.
Take a sip of coffee and go.
Right. Yeah, I'm probably going to continue this in the next episode.
Huh?
But firstly, the door. It is ajar. Do I have control again? Finally. Well, that was interesting to say the least. Ooh, a chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, we're on episode 2, part 1. And we could deal with that next time. Because, yeah, this video's going on a bit longer than you anticipated. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all, and have a nice day.